I'm human. And because I'm here and because I'm guiding you does not mean that I am not susceptible to human experiences, that I am not someone that can have a down day. No, every single human will have human days. And I want you guys to know that first and foremost. I had a human day. I had a really tough day where I allowed my thoughts to control my entire sense of being. I could not get out of my own way. I was literally trying, I was putting on a happy face, I was pasting a smile, I was laughing, and inside I was hurting. And I really was struggling. And the more I tried to suppress it, the harder it became for me to hide it. And I know just by reading your comments, you all, I wouldn't even need to read your comments. I know as humans, you all have experienced this. You all do experience it, and you're all going to continue experiencing it. But it was such an eye-opener to me to feel and analyze the power of a single thought. And it was something where I actually took my mood, and I couldn't get through my mood. I couldn't get past my mood until I could track back to the single thought that I had thought, that I let creep in. It triggered all sorts of things in my mind that I did not like. That's, again, like I said, set my day off on a note that I was not happy about. And I think guys, you all had some wonderful things to share. I mean, I read, people talking about weight, and it's true. It's like, hey, if we think we're going to lose the weight, we're going to lose it. If we think we're not going to, we're not going to. It's like we're anticipating, we live in anticipation of not reaching our goals. We live in anticipation of dropping back, I guess once you drop below 200, which was an example, going above 200. We live in anticipation of having a bad day. I even saw there was an amazing comment in this group right here talking about how someone reading the 4 agreements, which if you have not read it, you should read it, how thoughts creep in, and this person was not going to let the thoughts and the anxiety of the thoughts of other people control the way that they are seeing themselves. And it really, because they're not thinking about you as much as you think they are, they're not judging you as much as you think they are, but the thought, that mere thought, which dictates every part of us. It dictates our emotions, it dictates our actions, our habits, all of the things ultimately leading to our destiny. We do not want to allow those things to rule our minds unless it is a positive thought. Unless it's a positive thought. And I know in my post yesterday on Instagram, I don't know if you guys saw it, but a lot of people saying, okay, great. So I have a negative thought. How do I change that negative thought to a positive one? Because like we said, only one thought can exist center stage in your mind. You get to choose. You have the power to choose what that thought is. Do you want that thought to be a negative emotion or a negative thought, or a positive thought that leads to positive emotion, positive action, positive habits, positive everything? But the idea of changing it is so much easier as an idea than it is done. A couple tips. If you are sitting there thinking, okay, this is great, Heidi, thank you. Yeah, let's go ahead and shift that negative thought to a positive one. I don't know how to do that. What I needed the other day, I needed a moment to cry. I did. I tracked it back. I figured out what that initial thought was that took my mind from a very positive place with positive thoughts and shifted it, right? So once I pinpointed that thought, I analyzed it and I'm like, hey, okay, what is this thought? Is this a thought? Is this real? Or is this fear? Is this false evidence appearing real? And I automatically knew this particular thought was not even a bad thought. Like the thing that happened, the thing that had been said on a phone call was not even a bad thing. But the fear that had stemmed from this thing, I was like, oh my gosh, but what if this? What if A? What if B? What if C? It had created this overwhelming sense of negativity and fear and made me feel like I was living in scarcity. All of these things that snowballed into me having a really rough day, a really rough few hours. And it was not until I was able to pinpoint number one, and then number two, like I said, cry about it. When a thought creeps in, guys, I don't believe we have to immediately push it out. I think we can feel it. I think we can feel all the emotion, all the parts of it, all the things, all the sadness, all the fear, all the anxiety. We can feel that for a minute. Like, let it come out. Let it come out. Don't suppress it. And then once we get it out, and once we have a moment to identify that it is a thought that is stemmed in fear and it is bred and born in fear, what we need to do is we need to let that cry, those tears, wash it away. That's when I go to my gratitude. Okay, what are 3 things? What are 5 things right now that are going great in my world? What are 5 things I am so over the moon about? Number 1, my kids. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. That I'm alive, I have health, I have these opportunities, I have this group, whatever those things are. I have so many things. You have so many things. We all have so many things to be grateful for. It allows you to clear the negativity, clear that emotion, clear those thoughts, and replace it with a new one. Guys, I just want to say I love you so much. I'm grateful for you guys. And I am ready to make it a great Friday. I want to know if you are. What are you guys doing this Friday? Number 1, comment below and tell me. And then also let me know, what is one positive thought you are going to put center stage in your brain today? All right, guys, have a good Friday.